Greetings all, and welcome back to Porthos Plays. At the end of the last episode, we had just got ourselves geared up, having taken on the Watcher in the water and gone up to unlock the Great Belagos Forge. So we're going to start off today's episode by using that new armor and new weapons that we've crafted up to take on Orctown. And then we're going to head out past the forge and see what awaits us through the lower deeps as we look for the eastern stairs to get back up to Durin's highway. So we will have to see how long that takes us and whether we get to it today, but certainly we are going to jump straight in with taking on Orctown. Okay, so here we are on the edge of the Orctown tile. I did have to go through that shadow there without any stone to make a floor bridge, so I have the shadow effect, but that shouldn't be a problem because we shouldn't get any more of that in here. We're going to head in here and take on these orcs and see what we find.
We got orcs! Get out! Something's there. Not this one dead! That's one more for me!
So we do have a poison effect here, but doesn't appear to be taking away any health. Oh, because we still have the renewed lunch effect there, which appears to be counteracting it, so that's convenient. We have taken quite a lot of damage to our armor, so we're going to have to be careful as we progress through the Orctown here. We might not be equipped now to take on the boss. Don't really want to die and have to come and retrieve the broken armor and still get attacked by the boss whilst doing that, so we'll probably be a bit cautious there, but we will see what we can manage. Alright, so I'm back at camp. As you can see, my armor is fully depleted. It's night time. I did clear out one more orc banner from the Orctown, but I decided not to head in to take on the boss until we'd come back here to repair our gear. So I'm going to repair up the armor, and I'm going to have some rest time, and then we'll head back down to take on the captain. Okay, here we are, the captain's room. We're full of stamina, we've got our weapons, there's some orcs ahead. Let's do this. He doesn't seem to have a health bar, which is a little bit concerning. I can't see how much I need to hit him. But hopefully he will still go down, just as before. I feel like he should have said something to us when we walked in. So I'm not sure what's happened there, but just like last time, we will take him down. There he goes. He was quite easy, actually. Fairly soft. I feel like Bolgak put up more of a fight. So there we go. We've got quite a lot of loot from him. We've got Shanor ingots, silver ingots, Numenorian cloth, a few other bits and pieces. We're also taking damage. So I'm just going to have a quick eat of our Bayon's honey cakes to keep us from dying. And then we're going to loot these chests here. Even more. valuable goodies. And there we go. That is the Orctown for the lower deeps cleared away, which means we can now mine freely without worrying too much about making too much noise. There's some copper and tin in this Orctown as well, which is useful to remember because that's generally back up in the mines areas. So the next thing to do is to head back to camp, deposit our loot, and then head on past the Belagos Forge and explore until we find the Eastern Stairs. So guys, here we are back at the Belagos Forge, on my way to explore some more of the lower deeps. And I must say, while I've been moving around the area from Orctown to base and to here, I am absolutely thrilled with this masterwork torch that we've picked up. I am very much regretting not doing this sooner. It keeps it light when you're not holding it. You can fight with it on your back and it can still see the enemies with a two-handed weapon. And also, it frees up a space on your hotbar where I would normally have had a torch. I now have the halberd, and the halberd, therefore, is not in my inventory, taking up space in there. So, really, really pleased with that. I've also brought with me the ingredients necessary to craft the Shanor hammer, so we're going to get that crafted as we go through. And, a building recipe has been unlocked for the Ufuhan furnace. What is that? Where are you? Ufahan. Whoa! Oh, good lord. Oh, this is a furnace of the type of the Great Forge. Interesting. So I can build that furnace, and I can now build a crystal forge, which is this kind of forge as well. So that'll be interesting. We'll save that for our next base in the next area. But that's an interesting thing to have unlocked. And we're going to head on into the rest of the lower deeps, and hopefully soon we'll find the stairs. In fact, that might be them right there. Oh, but there is shadow in the way. I've got some stone, but not that much. So let's see how we get on here. Trying to make it through this shadowy area. I haven't got that much stone. Come on. Okay, we made it through. It was very undelicate, undignified even. And here we go to this new area, 230 yards to the objective for the Pilgrim Road. So I think this is going to be the entrance to the Eastern Stairs. Here we go.
Follow her orders or get a whipping.
Okay, so we are in a new area of the map. The Tomb of Kings. So let's have a little explore in here and see what we find.
We got orcs.
Got a couple of entries here. Let's have a quick look. So this is referring back to her again. So if those of you who've played the game before will know who she is, but I'm not going to say for the benefit of those of us who haven't. And the Uruks destroy the lamps. Interesting. So there must be a Durin's lamp around the corner there that he has made an active effort to break. Yeah, there is. So we are just going to kind of ignore him. I'm going to side... Oh, I can't get past here either. There's shadow in all of these areas. So we might have to make an effort to repair that lamp, which will require me to come back with some materials. But I'm going to just try and sneak past and head on through. See if we can avoid the shadow on this tile as we go through. A monument to Durin here, which we don't quite have enough stone to repair. That's a shame. Is there any sources of stone around here? Yeah, I could break some few bits and pieces here to get some stone, I think. There we go, 2 stone. Excellent. So let's repair this. That might get rid of some of the shadow, actually. Oh, in fact, it might be needed to open this door. Oh, yeah, there we go. The door is opening. Just going to light these 2 braziers here. What's in here, then? Ooh, the secret Tomb of Kings.
The tombs of Durin, their final resting place. What an honor to see this. Takfa Durin Kudrir.
Okay, so the tombs of Durin. Oh, what's over here? Durin's Muznakan carving. Oh, a new Muznakan line is upon us, it seems. Having completed Garin's in the lower deeps, we now have Durin's Muznakan himself. There's another one there. Several monuments to Durin of various generations here. And tombs of the various Durins throughout history. So this is quite an interesting aspect of Dwarven lore in Lord of the Rings. The line of Durin, where Durin is reincarnated several times throughout Dwarven history. And in each case, that dwarf has been buried here in the Tomb of Kings. And if we're just going to have a little wander around here, I'm going to light up all the braziers and just see if there's anything interesting hiding in the corners, like there's another Muznakan carving just there. So we might even find that the chest is right by us as well, which will be nice and convenient, and we can unlock the carvings, the recipes straight away. So I'm going to explore around here and see what I can find. So here we are. There is indeed a Muznakan chest right here in the room, and I've picked up more than I need in terms of carvings, just going into the various tomb corridors to open it. So here we are. We've got one recipe and a couple of build lore stuff. So, Durin's Guard shield. So there is a shield recipe here for those of Durin's Guard. Star metal and Durinal iron. So this is not something we can craft, although it is only a tier 3 shield, which is interesting. So even though it requires those advanced materials, it's no more powerful than the one we're currently carrying. But that does look like quite a nice looking shield, so we'll keep that in mind for later on. I also found something interesting over here. So you'll see in this room that there are 8 entrances actually. The one we came in, the one that will be going out, and then 3 on either side. And whilst 5 out of 6 on either side have Durin statues and tombs in them, this one is different. And if you come up here and you look very closely, there is a little outline. I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but there's a little outline on the stone face here. Now this, I believe, is a dwarven hidden door. I'm a little bit unsure as to why there isn't an interaction button, because I'm pretty sure this is part of the Durin's Folk expansion, where these 3 doors we need to open at some point as we go through the game. But for some reason, that one isn't letting me interact with it. So we have to remember that that's there, because it may be that we have to find one of the other doors before we can interact with that one. And when we do, we'll know that it's here and we can come back to it. But I'm going to continue pushing through just here, and we'll see what's on the other side. Oh, hold on a minute. Empty niche. What's this?
There's a stone missing here. The Khazad stone? Stone of the dwarves. Maybe we'll find it somewhere still in the mountain.
Okay, interesting. So that's a subplot, I suppose, to find the Khazad stone. But we'll, again, something to come back to later on. So we're going to progress through here, down this little corridor, and I think this is going to bring us out into the eastern stairs. Here we go. And Arik has joined us once again. It's been a while since we've seen Arik, a few episodes since we first arrived in the Lower Deep, which was a while back. But let's have a chat and see what lies next in store.
You are safe. No curses?
None this deep, but the shadow vents freely all the same. Did you know us dwarves are meant to subdue it?
Old tales from beak to beak. All true. All true.
So, the eastern stairs are broken. There's no way back up?
Evil luck. Learn to fix them in Old Pilgrim Library. Follow trail to River's Start.
An old library? I'll find it.
And away he goes. So we've got a goal to rediscover the Pilgrim Library. Of course, we already have discovered the Pilgrim Library. So it looks like, similar to last time, I may have to go back there to complete that again. But we also have rebuild the eastern stairs. So gather the resources needed to rebuild the path upwards. And it says I'll need a stronger hammer. So I'm pretty sure we're pretty much there. So apart from needing the resources, we've got the Shanor hammer. We've been to the library. So I need to bring down 20 black diamonds and 100 as granite. And I can repair the stairs. So we're going to have to head back to camp. But we came prepared for that, didn't we? So we're going to pop down our... Oh, except I've used up the stone that I was carrying. So we just have to break some bits and pieces here. If we can find some to get some more stone. And once we've done that, we'll be able to put down a quick hearth and a map stone. And we'll be able to get up and down a bit more easily. So I'm going to find some stone to harvest. Here we go. And then I'll build that camp. Okay, guys, so I realized there's a ruined wall just here, so I was able to get the stone I needed. So now I'm going to pop down camp path, just that, and a map stone. Ugh, more stone needed. Another 18 stone is required. Let's see if we can get it from this old wall. Almost there, just need another 8 more. Come on, 7 more stone. Are you going to give me what I need? I need 2 more, come on. Oh, yes, there we go. Right, 2 more stone. Map stone goes down. And what is it we need again? We need 100 granite and 20 black diamonds. So, back we go to our base. Okay, so I popped back up to base, and I've picked up enough granite and black diamonds, so let's put these stairs back together. Okay, new goal. Ascend to the Bridge of Khazad Dum. Climb the eastern stairs along the abyss to the upper levels. The bridge is near. Alright, okay, well, we're going to take our portable mapstone kit with us, because I definitely don't want to have to trek all the way back down these stairs. And we're going to hope that it is a fairly easy ride. But if we find ourselves stuck without the means to continue, we have our portable mapstone. So up we go. Okay, well, having been plagued by my least favourite enemy in the game so far, moths on the way back up. Oh my lord. Well, I might be about to eat my words. That's something new in there. We have reached the top, so let's head inside with a due sense of dread at whatever that was. We are in the upper armories of the Third Deep, a new area in the eastern... What is that? Something tells me you're not friendly, and it also tells me you're pretty tough. Let's see if we can cheese you a little bit with the crossbow. have quite a few bolts left, I think, so we should be able to use this tactic successfully. I have no idea how much health this guy has. I mean, we could be here for ages. Aha! There we go, he's down. That was a little bit cheaty, but I really didn't fancy taking him on.
Of Balin's company. We can shelter here.
And we have immediately discovered a new Balin's outpost, and we've also picked up scales, which is a new resource, which is dropped by the Drake. That looks like a nest. That's interesting. And there's a new statue type over here, which requires granite to repair. And presumably the Shinnor hammer, which we have. And here we go. We have another statue. No ruined mapstone in this one. But we do have the stone necessary to repair it. And there's an Akfa chest here. So, orange chest. And we need to forge the key to open the chest, as we did before. And there's a furnace. So, yeah, there's a good little camp down here. I wonder if that Drake will respawn if we set up our camp down here. Hope not. But for now, let's repair this hearth and see if we can get ourselves a mapstone. And we might be able to move in here and set ourselves up a little base camp for the next section. Okay, guys, so I popped back out into the stairs where I remembered seeing a copper ore vein, which obviously, which was a stone vein, and I got the stone I needed to create the mapstone. So we are in position here. We've got ourselves a little camp set up, or makings of one, and obviously the stairs themselves, or the bastion stairs, are here, and we need to head up into the bridge up there. But I'm going to pop back to our old camp. I'm going to get the ingredients for the Akfa key. I'm going to sleep and repair our gear before we head up to the Bridge of Khazad Dum. Okay, it's a new morning. We are back at the Eastern Bastion in our new little pseudo camp. And I'm going to explore up the stairs a little bit. And then I think I'm going to potentially spend some time working on this area here, because we have the tiled hearth available, which is a larger hearth with a larger build area. The build area at the moment for this one extends out sort of halfway across the room, but if we put in a tiled hearth and we centralize it a bit more, we could probably get the whole tile out of it. And that way we'll have an awful lot more space, because our last outpost is actually a little bit small. We don't have really enough room for all of our materials. I'm running out of storage space in the chests, and for space and space ahead in the for the valuables, for the treasure caches to keep the valuables in. So it would be good to have a bit more space. So after we've done the bridge, we might come back down here and build this camp up a bit, and then we'll be a bit better equipped. There's an awful lot of these statues. Oh, there's a ruined mapstone just there. So we could have used that. And in fact, this area is all in the same tile. So with the tiled hearth, all of this will become buildable, I think, because there's weapons racks here. Oh, yes, this is going to be a very good location for a base. We've got armor stands over here, which are intact. Yes. So when we put in the hearth down below, can I build stuff up here? Hold on, let me test. Buildable area somewhere in here. Where's the hearth down there? What's the orientation? Maybe not. It does. I am standing above the buildable area from the lower down area, and it's not allowing me to do it. So it looks like perhaps the fact that we are on a different level here is registering as a completely different location. But I think we'll probably just move the hearth up here in that case. We'll put it on this level, and we'll have our base up here, because this is a huge space as well. And there's a ruined mapstone there already, and all of these other resources and things around. So we'll probably do that a little bit later on. But let's, for now, head towards the Bridge of Khazad Dum.
There's the Bridge of Khazad Dum. A dragon! A dragon in Moria! It cannot be! She's what's making the cursed runes!
Well, guys, there she is. For those of you who haven't played this game before, that is her, the dragon who now lords over Moria. So she has come along, she's broken the makeshift wooden bridge that the orcs have put in, and it would appear that she has put a cursed rune on the door. So we cannot get out. So we have come all this way, and we can't get out. So now I need to find a way up there to explore that issue and see what happens, because the objective is still to reach the bridge. So I'm going to figure out how to get up there from down here, and then we'll see what happens once we arrive. Okay, guys, the goal to ascend to the bridge is just completed, and Arik is ahead. So we're going to have a chat with him, and he'll give us some guidance on our next steps. And look at that horrendous shadow rune on the door there.
Arik! There's a dragon here! A dragon!
Ill news. I did not see. I went outside.
Outside? Is Gimli okay? The rest of camp?
Flew to King Thorin. They fight orcs in Gundabad. Will send dwarf soldiers here. Small force.
No! They can't enter! The dragon will kill them trying to get inside! We cannot risk any more dwarven lives.
I will tell the king not to enter, but... More news.
Yes?
King says, find Khazad Stone. Seek Mazabul.
Aye. Chamber of Knowledge is not far from here. Thank you, Arik. Safe flying.
Well, how rudely interrupted we were by those spiders there as we spoke to Arik, but we now have some new objectives here. So what have we got? The King's request. King Thorin of Erebor has requested that I find the Khazad Stone. So that's the stone that was missing from the tomb that we found earlier on, and the king wants to find it. And a new objective in the chamber, new objective on the Journey of the Dark is to dig out the Chamber of Mazabul, ascend the 7th level, and the buried Chamber of Records. Arik has met with the king himself. He's instructed to find me the Khazad Stone somewhere in the mountain, and I will need to search for clues in the Chamber of Mazabul where Balin's tomb sits. Okay. We still have to open Oin's chest. Actually, I forgot to grab the stuff up and forge the key there when I went back and forth between the camps. And rediscovered the Pilgrim Library is still sitting there because we haven't been back to that tile, but we've progressed past that. So we're doing well there. And let's have a look at C on the map. It doesn't really give you much here. So ahead of us is outside, I suppose, which we can't access. And then behind us, that colour is an Orctown colour. So that's a bit concerning. But we'll just venture up here a little bit and see what we find around. And before too long, I'm going to head back to camp and take stock and see where we are and get that Oin's key sorted out for us to access that next Akfor chest and find another Durin's Act fragment.
This was once the seat of Balin. Now a wreck and a tomb.
Okay, so I've just broken through into the Chamber of Mazabul, which was what the objective was to find, so that didn't take long at all. It's only been like 2 or 3 minutes since I recorded that last clip. And there's an orc I can see just in the left of the screen there. So we're going to clear this out and see what it is for.
We got orcs! Moria is ours now!
Come on.
I need a better weapon for this!
Oh, wonderful. So we are in the new area. We've only just got ourselves the gear that we are currently on, and already it's not enough.
Not this this one dead.
A slightly questionable mechanic, I think, for this game, that the gear that you find in each area is the correct gear for the enemy tier in that area, not in the next area. So while you're exploring, you're constantly playing catch-up. You're trying to get past the enemies in order to reach the statues, which give you the right tier weapons and armor to take on those same enemies. It's not ideal. I think, personally, that there should potentially be a bit more thought into making it so that the armor that you collect in one area is the armor that you need for the next set of enemies. Anyway, we're going to read this history stone, and we're going to have a look here at Balin's tomb, and then we're going to wander around the corner and see what the rest of the chamber shows us. So this is referencing the scene in Lord of the Rings where they fight the cave troll in Moria. Obviously, this is the tomb of Balin. This, I presume, is the door that the cave troll busts in through, and the shield of one of the fellowship there. And this history stone is going to tell us...
That's where the endless stairs are.
Ooh. It's going to tell us about the endless stairs. This is Durin's folk expansion. So, the discover the endless stair objective has disappeared, and we now have go to the door. Follow Durin's highway to the crossroads and the location of the door. So, that's going to be something we'll have to work towards again, but that is a little bit of progress in the Durin's highway objectives, and we can move forward towards those when we reach Durin's highway. Oh dear. Wargs and more orcs that I'm not equipped to fight. Wonderful. This is just what we wanted. Oh, that's okay. If he just kills the wargs, then that would be excellent, and I can go through to that objective over there. So, before I've gone to the objective, I spotted this chest here in the side, and it is Balin's Akva chest. So we now have another key recipe to pick up, but it says it requires gold, so we can't craft that just yet. We do not have access to gold. We need a better pickaxe. But also, this looks like yet another little outpost, so it hasn't taken us long to get from one to the next. Another little Balin's Company outpost. We've got our furnace, we've got a forge, we've got a hearth, and we've even got a ruined mapstone, which we don't quite have the black diamonds to repair. And there's some other bits and pieces over here, bits of kit that I don't recognise. So, oh, hold on, what's this? Oh, Great Forge of Durin was the capital to Dwaradelf. And there's a suggestion there that we might find some information about the Khazad stone there. And that looks like a piece of kit that I haven't yet unlocked, but I'm pretty sure it's some sort of cooking oven or something. Interesting that it's not offering me the option to repair it. But we're going to come around the corner here and find the marker for this objective, and then we'll head back down to camp and take stock of... Oh, there is a troll fighting with some orcs. Oh, we can get him. Let's see if we can get this troll to turn to stone here. Let him finish off the orcs. Get his attention. Come on, buddy. That's right. You want to attack me, don't you? You want to come over here. Come on, into the light. Excellent. I think that's the first time I've done that since I've had this game. I've never managed to turn a troll to stone before, so I'm very pleased with that. And here we are. Get him into the natural light, and just like in the regular Lord of the Rings lore, he will turn to stone. So, objective appears to have disappeared. I think perhaps that book was what we were supposed to find, because I think the objective here was to search the records. So, having found that book, it wasn't actually where the marker was, but we have completed that objective. So, I don't think I've picked up any black diamonds. Are there black diamonds on the ground down here from these orcs? No, I don't think so. So I can't repair that mapstone. But so I have to go down the hill. The proper... Ooh. Ah, black diamond. Excellent. So if I drop something now, I'll be able to pick up that black diamond, and then I can use that mapstone to bounce down to camp and drop off some more of our resources, and we'll be back up here shortly. Okay, guys, so I'm back up here with our troll friend, and as you just saw disappearing there, one of the items of loot from the orcs that I've just picked up has triggered some new food recipes. So let's have a quick look at that. In the roasting pit, let's see. We've got overnight bowl from milled oats. That's what we've picked up. Milled oats has unlocked the overnight bowl. And something else. And the spice, we must have picked up the anuminous spice. That's unlocked the smashed curry. And the oven has the journey bread, which oh yeah, we do have an oven. Yeah, we do have an oven. It's a stove, I think, which is the one we saw ruined in the other room. So this little area here, it's quite a large room as well. There's a lot going on around here, lots of bits of wreckage and stuff. And again, would be a very suitable place to have a very large camp. There were some ruined buildings in here, which our mason friend Sigbert could repair up if we changed his role from salvager to mason. But I think what we're going to do now is we're going to leave it there for this episode. And oh, there's a Ranger's Journal page there that I can't pick up. That's very frustrating. Oh. Interesting. So I've picked up these 3 Ranger's Journal pages here, going through the Eastern Bastion, and I was expecting that to stack with those, so that must not be the same type of journal page. So I'm just going to drop this damaged back, and I'm going to pick this page up. So this is a Dwaro Delph page. So we've already passed through. There must be a Ranger's Journal page specifically in the Eastern Bastion area. We are no longer in the Eastern Bastion. We're now in the Upper City. So somewhere in this room, there must be a Ranger's Journal page. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave it there for today. I'm going to explore around a little bit here, off camera, between episodes, and potentially put ourselves a new base together. And we'll kick off the next episode with a little base showcase of what I've decided and where we have settled in. And it won't be in this tiny little room because it's not big enough, but it will probably be in one of the larger spaces, maybe out here, but quite possibly in the Eastern Bastion with all those weapon racks and armor stands that we found before. So, that's going to do it for today. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and if you did, please consider leaving a like and potentially subscribing so that you don't miss the next episode and the rest of the season. I'll see you next time. Oh. Well, that wasn't the plan. I was hoping that he would just drop down onto the floor if I broke what was underneath him, but I actually broke him. So, I mean, we've got some gems, but I really quite like the little troll statue. That's a shame. Oh well. Thanks for watching.